Hi, this is Thomas with Believe in the Run.
And this is Megan with Believe in the Run.
And today you are fortunate because this, what is it, a review?
This review
is sponsored by Bombas socks. Meg, why are Bombas socks great?
We love Bombas because it's like doing good for the world. When you buy a pair, they donate a pair to someone in need. And
this pair I'm holding up is the merino wool kind. So it's good at sweat wicking and keeping your odor down. Blisters, goodbye. Get these socks, put them on, try them with the shoes.
I'm wearing a pair right now. I love them. They're super cushy. They're just like really comfortable.
So if you want to get a discount on your first purchase, what do you do, Meg?
You go to the website, you type in BITR20, and for your first purchase, you'll save 20%.
Yeah, and then they send however many pairs of socks you buy, they send those to somebody who's in need. Let's get down to it. About, I don't know, was it 2 years ago? When the first Deviate came out, we're like, whoa, Puma's back. And this was the first shoe they sent out.
So you jumped right into it, but today we're talking about the Puma
Deviate
Nitro
2. But right now I'm talking about the Deviate Nitro 1.
Yeah, you're going back in time.
All of a sudden Puma's back. And the shoe was pretty decent. They had a nitrogen infused foam. Felt pretty good underfoot, had a few issues, mostly in the heel counter. And guess what?
They fixed it?
They fixed it. But before we get into that, let's get into it. The new Nitro 2.
Deviate
Nitro 2. So this is a late entry into what I would think is a pretty good shoe this year.
Brandon and I gave our first thoughts and he was calling it potentially trainer of the year. I know you've thrown out that term.
I've said
loosely.
It's a contender.
Okay.
Contender.
I also really enjoy this shoe, but so let's kind of talk about what we got here. So
let's start with the upper.
Yeah, the upper is, I really enjoyed. It's a very stretchy, nice mesh upper. And this gusseted tongue is real nice and stretchy.
The gusseted tongue is stretchy.
It flexes.
All right, it does move with your foot. The open mesh over the toes is really nice. It's very breathable over the toes. You can see here, comes in very structured. Meg mentioned the tongue. It's just lightly padded enough that you don't feel any bite from the laces. It's got a nice gusset on both sides. It keeps it right in place. The laces, even these flat laces, seem to work really well with this shoe. And then you get into what would be new in this shoe is this heel counter, but you've got padding and a collar that has a little bit of meat around it as far as cushioning goes, and it just works. Yeah,
the other new addition here is this little strip of power tape that they're using. It's basically just a reinforcement of the upper.
The other version had heel lift, and it might have been because of the padding or the way that that heel counter was created, but this one, no heel lift at all. It felt perfect, no hot spots, no rubbing, just a really nice upper.
All right, so let's talk about what's happening underneath the foot now. Okay. The big update here is the addition of Nitro Elite. So you've got a full layer of this supercritical foam, which is gonna give you that really nice bouncy ride.
Well, both of them are nitro foams. This one that they put in, the Elite, is a little bit softer, maybe a little more responsive, so you're getting a little more energy return out of it. But in the back, they use the same foam that was in the last one that's a little firmer. So what that does is it gives you a more stable heel. Then you've got that carbon infused plate in between the two foams. I thought maybe it's a little too soft under the palm of my foot. I was like, is this gonna be squishy ride, non-responsive? But I think the plate does a real good job of bringing it back and giving you that feeling of liveliness off the toe. This more falls into line with what I would say would be like the Nova Blast 3.
I mean, I would definitely put this in the daily trainer category, but it does have quite a bit of stack, so it's 38 in the heel, 30 in the forefoot for an 8mm drop, which I guess now is kind of in that daily trainer range. We've gotten so max with our cushioned shoes, so. So my women's 7.5 came in at 7.6 ounces or 216 grams.
This one for my size 10.5 comes in at 9.8 ounces or 278 grams. The feel for this, that kind of puts it in a weird place because it's not quite light enough to be what I would consider a race day shoe, and it's not that heavy for a daily trainer, so it's kind of like in that weird space.
Up-tempo, if you will.
I guess we could call it up-tempo. What I do like about it, it's lively underfoot, and what also helps it is the Puma grip. And they said that this is a new formulation that's even better than the other Puma grip.
Who thought it could get better?
I didn't think it could get better.
but here we are with the better version.
And again, the traction is pretty stellar.
Yeah.
You've almost got like enough knobbage on here that you could take it on light trails.
Yeah, and in fact, it's been raining here in Baltimore the past couple of weeks. We had a lot of rain runs, so, and this was like the first one that I gravitated towards because you know it's gonna be fine out on those wet roads.
First, I didn't think that you were a huge fan. Like, did you change your mind?
This shoe was, it grew on me. So like I mentioned, I thought it felt a little bit firm when I first put it on and took it out for some miles, but it just seemed to maybe loosen up, and I found myself lacing this up day after day, which is unusual, especially when we're trying to get miles on different shoes. I'm gonna probably continue to lace this up after the review.
I really like the shoe. From the box, I got it out and I was like, wow, this shoe feels special. A lot of people are gonna like this because it does feel light and lively through the stride. So I don't know where I would put this in, but I guess it's gonna land in Daily Trainer.
And one thing we didn't mention yet, but this will come in at $160.
Yeah, and
So
if it,
somewhere in between the Daily Trainers and the plated shoes, but
it is, but when we were in the UK, the shoe was already out,
yeah,
and it was already being discounted. I'm gonna guess that most people are gonna get this for less than that. It's a value at the 160. If you get it for less, you're getting a great shoe. I think this is gonna please a lot of people.
So what are we giving it?
I mean, I'm definitely giving it a green.
Green light faux show.
For sure. All right, now we normally wrap things up at this point.
So, if you haven't yet, go ahead and subscribe to this channel. Definitely like this video. Check us out on social media. We've got a great Instagram. We're over on Facebook. We've got Strava group if you want kudos in there.
Podcasts.
Oh, and 2 podcasts. We have The Drop, which comes out every Friday, and Fuel for the Soul, which is our bi-weekly podcast with Megan Featherston, where we talk all things nutrition and hydration.
All right, I think that wraps it up. Done? This one comes in at, I can't even read the board, 9.8 ounces or 273 grams.
278. 7.8 ounces or 216 grams, so...
6.
My...
Hold on. Okay.
Did you not trust my...
I didn't trust you because I thought it was lighter yesterday when I weighed it for my review. Yeah, go ahead.